Hey there everybody, how's it going today? Ian back here with you, Entertainment Examiner. I am going to actually show you guys part of my movie collection, specifically my Criterion collection. I'm going to split this into two videos. Hopefully they won't be too long. I got A through L here, and then I'm going to do M through Z. The M through Z pile was much shorter, so... Okay, some of these movies I haven't even seen before, but they're classics that I've always wanted to see, so I have a big movie collection, so I thought... might as well just add them. This first one is, of course, a classic, All About Eve, starring Bette Davis and Baxter, directed by the great Joseph Mankiewicz. Of course, Bette Davis plays the character Margot Channing in this film. This was a big Oscar winner. This has some great special features on it. A feature-length documentary about Mankiewicz. Episodes of The Dick Cavett Show, featuring Bette Davis and Greg Merrill, a documentary about All About Eve. The great thing about these Criterion collections is, yeah, they're a little more expensive, but you sure get your money's worth in terms of the 4K restoration on some of these, and commentaries, documentaries, and each of them. This is a neat one. This has the booklet actually, like, attached in, like, a book form. Whoops, well, it did. And, hold on, let me grab that. Okay, it's got like a book attached to it that you can look through, and then it's got the two discs right there. So, and a picture on the back. So yeah, that's very cool. I've never seen All About Eve. I know it was a big Oscar winner. I'm a big Bette Davis fan, though, so I'm excited to watch that. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to get this back in here the correct way. Next, we have a really great movie called Being John Malkovich. I'm not sure if anyone has seen this movie. This was a movie that I did not like at all, but I was like 14 when it came out. But now I've really grown to really like it and appreciate it for being so unique and authentic. Directed by Spike Jonze. This is, of course, stars John Cusack as a man who works on the seven and a half floor of an office building, and he finds a portal into the mind of actor John Malkovich. It's really funny. It's really unique. Yeah, and then after that, he gets dropped down onto the New Jersey Turnpike. So, you know. Yeah, so each of these have booklets with them if you're not familiar with Criterion Collections. And then, of course, the disc. I have most on Blu-ray. Some I have on DVD. Oscar nomination for Catherine Keener for this movie. Cameron Diaz is also in it. Of course, John Malkovich. It's a really creative, fun, interesting movie. I really enjoy Being John Malkovich. Next, a DVD I have is, most of these I've realized putting this together are Wes Anderson films. But I do love Wes Anderson. I'm a big fan of his. This is his first movie, Bottle Rocket. Two disc set. Owen Wilson is in it. Luke Wilson is in it. Very interesting first movie from the great Wes Anderson, who I'm a big fan of. I'll show you the inside of these. I'm going to go a little quicker. The Big Chill. Great ensemble piece by Lawrence Kasdan, Tom Berenger, Glenn Close, Jeff Goldblum, William Hurt, Mary Kay Place, JoBeth Williams, Meg Tilly. Great movie about a friend who dies, and them having to reconcile all that. Really known for its great soundtrack, 60s music. It's become a classic. So yeah, the Big Chill. Next is a movie I've not seen but always wanted to because I'm a big Terry Gilliam fan. I have quite a few of his movies on Criterion as well, called Brazil. This stars Robert De Niro, Jonathan Pryce, Bob Hoskins, Ian Holm, Michael Palin, Kim Greist. Great cast. I've never seen this before. Jonathan Pryce plays a daydreaming everyman who finds himself caught in the soul-crushing gears of a nightmarish bureaucracy. cautionary tale from Terry Gilliam, one of the great films of the 1980s. So I've always wanted to see it. I need to watch it. 2-disc set. Yeah, definitely gonna check this one out sometime. If you guys have seen any of these movies, please let me know down in the comments what your favorites are. Which ones would you recommend that I haven't seen? So yeah, just let me know that. Next is a movie I love called Broadcast News. William Hurt, Albert Brooks, Holly Hunter, all three got Oscar nominations. This is a wonderful movie from James L. Brooks. A classic scene for me is Holly Hunter running the copy through the office building. I believe that's Holly Hunter. Actually, I think it's Joan Cusack. Now that I think about it, I believe it is Joan Cusack. Yes, not Holly Hunter. That's a classic scene. Albert Brooks sweating his way through the broadcast. Jack Nicholson is even in this movie. So yeah, I love Broadcast News. I really need to watch this movie from 1987. If you've never seen Broadcast News, absolutely check it out. Another Wes Anderson film. It's a short one. The Darjeeling Limited. Adrian Brody, Jason Schwartzman, Owen Wilson. So it's only like 75 minutes, but this is a 2-disc set with a behind-the-scenes documentary. I'm a big fan of Wes Anderson, as I've said. I have all of his movies. I might have all of them on Criterion now. No, I don't. I don't have Isle of Dogs, which I don't think is on Criterion. So, next is another Albert Brooks movie I really enjoyed. This just came out in Criterion within the last couple weeks. I got some new Criterion releases too. This is Defending Your Life, starring Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep, Rip Torn, Lee Grant, Buck Henry. Great movie, Defending Your Life. I need to watch this again. It's been so long since I've seen it. Your Visitor's Guide to Judgment City is in here. I love how Criterion is so geared towards the movie lover and people who actually love these movies and get in depth with them in all these commentaries and interviews, and I just think they do a great job. Next, more Wes Anderson, The Fantastic Mr. Fox. Animated film, but a great movie. I really enjoyed this, based on the Roald Dahl book, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I used to have all of Roald Dahl's books when I was growing up. Voice performances, George Clooney, Meryl Streep, Bill Murray, who's in all of Wes Anderson's films, Michael Gambon, Willem Dafoe. Great stuff. You have puppet animation tests, a documentary about Roald Dahl, which is really cool. Yeah. So this comes out here. You got really cool artwork on that, and of course they come with these awesome collectible booklets, mostly written by critics or film scholars or people like that. So yeah, check that one out. Next, another Terry Gilliam film that I love, The Fisher King from 1991. Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges, Mercedes Ruehl, who won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for this movie. I love The Fisher King. The late, great Robin Williams plays the man, homeless man looking for the Holy Grail, and Jeff Bridges plays a radio DJ who tries to help him on that quest in New York City. Script by Richard LaGravenese is great, and of course Terry Gilliam again directs. One of the most unique directors we have. If you only know him from Monty Python, and you don't know his films, I think I have just about all of them here, so you'll definitely get some Terry Gilliam love from me. Check him out. Unique filmmaker. The next is a movie I've never seen before, but I need to. It's called The Graduate. Of course, everyone knows The Graduate. Very young Dustin Hoffman. And Bancroft, directed by the great Mike Nichols, who won the Oscar for this. Mrs. Robinson, of course. The song from Simon and Garfunkel featured heavily in this movie. And yeah, a script by Buck Henry, who's one of the great writers. Great special features. Approved remix sound by Mike Nichols. Commentary from Mike Nichols and conversation with Steven Soderbergh. Interviews with Dustin Hoffman. Yeah. I need to check out The Graduate. Next, more Wes Anderson. This is one I recently got. I love this movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel. This movie is kind of what finally took Wes Anderson to the Oscars. He'd been nominated for screenplay before, but this This movie got him in that Best Picture and Best Director race for the first time. This is a great movie about a European hotel, huge cast. Ray Fiennes, his protege Zero, played by Tony Revolori. Again, Bill Murray, F. Murray Abraham, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Harvey Keitel. Great special features again. Commentary by Anderson, Roman Coppola, film critic Kent Jones, and actor Jeff Goldblum. I'm a big fan of commentaries, especially if I've seen the movie. I love all the behind-the-scenes stuff. So, and I'm eagerly awaiting Wes Anderson's movie that was supposed to come out last year, The French Dispatch, which hopefully is supposed to come out. I think I read it's supposed to be at Cannes or one of the film festivals this coming July. So, next, classic, In the Heat of the Night. Love this movie. Best Picture winner for 1967, Sidney Poitier, Rod Steiger. Great cop movie. Directed by Norman Jewison, who also directed two other great movies that I can think of. Moonstruck, which is coming up, and The Hurricane with Denzel Washington. I really enjoyed that movie. Yeah. In the Heat of the Night. Great movie. Check this one out if you've never seen it. Next, a movie that should have got more love when it came out. I was so excited when this was being announced for Criterion, because I didn't know if they would ever release it since it was only on Netflix, but they did, and that is The Irishman. I love The Irishman. Full disclaimer, Scorsese is my favorite director, so I'm a little partial, but put De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci back together for this kind of aging gangster story that has some humor in it, but some amazing performances. I think De Niro is super underrated as the lead character Frank Sheeran because he's not his usual self, but I think Al Pacino was brilliant as Hoffa, and Joe Pesci as a very subdued character for a change, and you saw a different side of him, and he's pretty much retired now. So yeah, I love the Irishman. I love these little paintings they have in here of all three of the actors. It's a long movie, 219 minutes, I think, but after I watched it, I wanted to watch it again sometime, which I still need to do. So, collectible booklets. I Heard You Paint Houses, which is the name of the book that it's based on. Some blood on the back, of course. Based on a reportedly true story of the man who said he killed Jimmy Hoffa. So, everything's approved by Scorsese. Interviews. There's a lot on here. If you're a fan of The Irishman, I'd say absolutely get the Criterion Collection. Next, a classic I've never seen, but I've always wanted to. It Happened One Night. The first movie to win the Big Five at the Oscars. Picture, director, lead actor, lead actress, and screenplay. Of course, starring Clark Gable, Claudette Colbert, both won Oscars. Only two other movies have won those five. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and The Sounds of the Lambs. I've never seen this, but it sounds like a really sweet, nice movie. There's, of course, Frank Capra, legend. Great movie. So I'm excited to watch this. I really am. Next is another movie I've never seen from Terry Gilliam. His first movie, Jabberwocky, based on the creature from the Alice in the Wonderland books. This is very much Monty Python and the Holy Grail sounding territory. Based on the Lewis Carroll poem Jabberwocky, who of course wrote Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Documentary. Michael Palin stars in this, of course, from Monty Python. Images in there. I've never watched this movie, but I really want to. Came out in 1977. And next, another Scorsese movie I've never seen, but it was very controversial when it came out. The Last Temptation of Christ. Willem Dafoe, Barbara Hershey, Harvey Keitel, Harry Dean Stanton, David Bowie. So this is this should be a great movie. Sorry, I got a text. We have audio commentary. interviews, everything. So yeah, I need to watch this movie. Of course, it was controversial when it came out because it tells the story of Jesus Christ from a different perspective, and that was very controversial. You're going to see my cat in a minute who's crawling behind me. Hello. He's very curious about everything. Next, another Criterion, Life Aquatic, with Steve Zissou. Bill Murray, of course, stars in this movie. Huge cast, as you can see from the cover. Owen Wilson, Cate Blanchett, Anjelica Huston, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Bud Cort. Another one I need to go back and revisit from the Wes Anderson collection, but I love Wes Anderson, so I'm happy to do that. And finally, the last one for this video, movie I love, another Albert Brooks movie, Lost in America, with him and Julie Haggerty. Kind of a road trip movie of sorts. Everything bad that could happen in this movie does, as you can see with their heads in the sand. This is a really funny movie. I love Albert Brooks. He's so clever and witty. And another movie I love of his is Mother, with Debbie Reynolds, that came out in the 90s. If you've never seen that, check it out. So